Hey everyone, this is Jay with Bikes Kill Cancer, and yeah, how's it going? It's Tuesday evening, and just a quick spoiler alert, I just got back from Santa Fe, New Mexico last weekend, and actually got back yesterday, Monday, and I have absolutely no videos, not one single biking photo to share with you. I was focused on riding my bike and riding my bike hard and riding my bike well. Let's talk about what came out of this weekend and why I am just so pumped right now. I feel like anytime you have a training plan that you're trying to follow, targeting a big event, you want to have test moments besides the actual testing, but actual events that test your fitness, give you an idea of where you are. And Santa Fe, Grand Fondo, and Gravelon, which is their gravel Grand Fondo, were my two tests this weekend. The goal was to just go down, ride hard. Wanted to go under 3 hours for the Gravelon, which is a 50 mile. I got shortened because of the fires. And then I wanted to go 5.5 hours on the Grand Fondos Century. Was closer to 6. I think I was right at 6, but that's okay because it was about 50-60 miles of headwinds. Rode a lot of that by myself, so I'm just super strong riding this weekend. And cherry on top is I actually had best combined, or one of the best combined finish times or finish places, so I ended up taking third overall in the combined of those. So just super pumped to be out there riding strong. The nutrition plan is going well in terms of eating on the bike, and I'll get to that in just a second. Yeah, I'd say one of the things I'm super excited about was my nutrition plan. I haven't talked a lot about this in these videos, and I'll probably maybe do a video about this, but I'm a head and neck cancer survivor, and part of the outcome of that is my saliva glands don't work as well as most people's do. So Cliff Bars to me are basically like trying to eat sawdust on the bike. So I have to eat a lot of liquids and gels to get the energy I need. And the problem with that is even your traditional gels like from Cliff or Goo are often way too thick, and I just can't get them down comfortably. So I've been experimenting with a couple of different brands. One I've been riding now with for about 6 months is SIS, or Science in Sports. And then this other company I found on the feed called Martin. And these are, if you like Jell-O shots, you're gonna like these. They don't have any alcohol in them, but they have the consistency of Jell-O shots. 40 grams of carbohydrates per shot. So yeah, it's that was just, I was psyched. 100 miles of the Grand Fondo, and really I had one peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the rest of the time was just gels and some liquid substances. So yeah, I didn't feel hunger knock or worn out at the end. So just super excited, and we're gonna talk more about this in another video, but how I'm eating on the bike to get ready for this and my eating plan for Leadville 100. So I'm sure you're sick of watching me ride the trainer. So let's, I'm just gonna show you real quickly my results on Strava, take a peek at Training Peaks, and just see how this past week really stacked up against everything else I've done up until this point in 2022. So let's go check it out. Okay, let's just take a quick look at my training log in Strava, and I'll flip over to Training Peaks in just a second as well. I really just want to sort of illustrate what I was talking about in an earlier video around building on your weekly training. So generally
you are training for 3 weeks, and each week gets a little bit harder, more effort, longer efforts, and then the fourth week is a rest week. If we look at last week for me, here this is my week and the weekend in Santa Fe. Total relative effort, which again is heart rate based in Strava, 851. Compare that to the week before, which was a rest week, 205. Then we can scroll even a little bit further and see I was building. This was supposed to be a bigger week as well, but the Colorado to Utah race was canceled. But you can see there's a little difference here. Trying to build on each week for 3 weeks and then taking a rest week. This is a big week, May 16th through 22nd. I can promise you that the next 2 weeks will not be quite that big, but you will see if we come back and look at this Saturday and Sunday, I'll have put in some more big rides as well as some shorter but maybe a little bit more intense rides during this part of the week. Training Peaks uses their TSS score, or their training stress score, power-based. So you have to have a power meter, or it uses perceived power if you're riding a bike that doesn't have a power meter. Most of the time I'm on my road bike, which does have a power meter. Here in last week, 16th through 22nd, TSS of 786. So a lot of that coming on those last 2 days, Saturday and Sunday in Santa Fe. Then that rest week, much lower at 393. And then we can scroll back to these other training weeks and see 648, 712. Again, much bigger weeks before we're taking that rest week. That's pretty much the plan. We'll continue to do that 3 weeks on and a week off up until early July, and then I will start a even more structured training plan from Fast Cat training out of Boulder, and we'll talk more about like that in another video as we get closer to it. Appreciate you watching. If you got any questions, comments, throw them down below. Would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you haven't clicked already. This is Jay with Bikes Kill Cancer. Take care, and we'll see you next time.